What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Sports and Random Shit. I am your host, Queen J, and per usual, we're gonna run it back and start off with this week's major sports headlines. We'll start off with a major headline today. O.J. Simpson dead. He did not beat his battle with cancer. He was 75 or 76 years old. More notably known for having a killer career, if you will. Okay, so there's that. The NFL is now allowing a third helmet for all of the teams, and I really want to know what the Rams one is gonna look like. Well, there was a Rams fan page that did some mock-ups, and they all look pretty fire. So we just found out that Otani's interpreter actually stole 16 million and not 4 million. People are still thinking that it was Otani. I mean, I'm sure between being in another country, being in the United States, having like I'm sure a various bank accounts, like you being that fucking rich, you don't realize that you're missing 16 million. That's pretty crazy. I want to be rich enough to notice that somebody took 16 million from me. Like, those are the problems I want to have. So I think he can face up to 30 years in jail or pay back. I think I read 1 million, but that doesn't sound right because 1 million, not 16 million. So, that's kind of shitty. Can you imagine like how betrayed he feels? Like, bro, like you was my boy, you was my dog, you was supposed to be riding with me. And I'm sure that if this dude would have told him like, yo, like I have a serious like gambling addiction and I need your help or whatever, like he would have helped him out, gotten him help to like get healthy and not have that addiction. That's life ruined. As a Laker fan, I'm very sad to report on this week's Laker news because they just can't seem to fucking get it together, bro. They cannot. We lost the last two. LeBron wasn't playing on Sunday versus the Timberwolves because he had the flu or he just felt unwell. So the announcement was 3 hours before the game, and it sucked because I went to that game. And usually when there has been over LeBron, the rest of the team steps up. However, this time around, the whole team sucked. Not only did they suck, AD also went out because of an eye injury again. Like, bro, like you've had this happen before. Then they play against the Warriors on Tuesday. There's no AD because he has a headache and nausea. Probably like a migraine, I would assume. Horrible. And goes out, and we have no AD. We have LeBron, but the rest of the team, we just look sloppy. Like, I stopped watching it. The Warriors had 26 3-pointers. That's bizarre. 23 or 26? 26 3-pointers, I think. I think 65 or 68 of their points were literally all 3-pointers. Like, what y'all doing? Like, this is a potential like matchup for the Lakers. They were literally in 8th seed for like 0.2 seconds before going back to 9th seed. And now it's the Warriors versus Lakers as of right now in the play-in tournament to go still play another game in the play-in tournament. Like, what? So they just can't fucking get it together. We're playing the Grizzlies tomorrow, and then I believe the Pacers? Maybe wrong. It's pretty disappointing, honestly. Someone in the comments said, just poke Anthony's eye out, or just poke Anthony's eye, and then he'll be out for the fucking season. Anyway, disappointed Laker fan here. The Brazil game, the NFL finally announced who the Eagles' opponent will be, and it will be the Packers. That game is going to be fucking fire. I have the Packers really high. I actually have them winning the division. Yes, over Detroit. Yes, over the Bears. Do I have the Bears in the playoffs? I think so. And that's a tough fucking division. But anyway, that game is going to be so much fun. I want to go to that game because I think I deserve to be in Brazil to go watch a football game. Like, that just sounds like me. That sounds like a game made in heaven, match made in heaven just for myself. So Julio Urias for the pitcher for the Dodgers. If you remember last year, he had a domestic case, hasn't been in the MLB since. And they did not take the case to felony level because they determined that there was no need to take it there. but there are 5 counts against him. So be following up with that story to see what the verdict is. And last but not least, actually, not that. The Clippers versus Mavs. Go Mavs. They will be facing off in the first round of the playoffs. And the Mavs normally own the Clips. So I hope that continues to be the case because we do not accept the Clippers here. They are not welcome in LA. They're the unwanted, ugly stepbrother that nobody fucking wanted. So, anyway, now last but not least, women's basketball game got 18.9 million views as opposed to the men's basketball game that only got 14.8 million views. For the first time in history, the women's basketball championship game received more viewership than the men's, and I think that is pretty telling. That is a Caitlin Clark effect. I do understand that. I just think that there was like no major storyline for men's. Also, I know that the times and the days that the games were played, impacted the viewership, I'm sure. However, we got Monday Night Football. I mean, it doesn't start at 9 p.m. East Coast time, or does it? Yeah, it did. It's on at that time. There's like different sports. So I feel like it played a small impact, not that large. And I think that is it for major sports headlines. It seems really short this week. Watch another pod of New Heights, and it's always freaking fire, man. Lil Dicky is so funny. And stay tuned for next week to see what more there is. Oh, the draft is coming up. I think is it in a week and a half? Is it in 2 weeks? Or a week and a half? It's only Thursday. Okay, draft in 2 weeks. Let's go. Little market update. Interest rates rise again because of news by the Fed. I think national average for conventional is in the mid-7s. And of course, who you work with matters. So, y'all want the best rates? Just hit me up and I will guide you in the right direction. Anyway, what I did this week. As I mentioned, I went to a Laker game. I have yet to go to a Dodger game yet, which I will go to soon. Went to a Laker game, as I mentioned before. Fucking lost. Of course, I didn't get my purple and gold stringer, which I'm really upset about. What else I did? I think last week I had gotten Morpheus. I told you guys about that. I got my lashes done, which I have to get again because we're just not getting the shape that I want to get or the style that I want to have. And it's really bothering me. So that's in little, I guess, fun fact. Like, I like the full lashes, and these are like not full. So we need to get it right. Nails, fire. When people get excited about my short nails, I'm like, ew. There's a thing about me that's basic. No short nails for me. Per usual, all I do is work. And I work. That literally seems like my life lately. Like, it is so uneventful. So fucking uneventful. I'm just like, I literally have no stories to tell besides I worked a lot. Can you believe I'm paying for my own bills? It's fucking nuts. My friend finally announced her pregnancy. Of course, I've been knowing for like over a month now because I'm special. And then everybody else found out. It's so funny because they all like knew like that that she was pregnant. Like she gives like scratches, got everyone together, whatever. I was only there for a little bit. Just had her like bounce to go work, go show some homes. And when she was doing when she gave the scratches to everybody, they're like, I think she's pregnant. And I'm like, how the fuck do you know? Because like me, I'm just so like oblivious to shit like that. I'm like, I would not be able to read through those context clues. I'm crazy. Speaking about work, Little Miss, all I do is work, open escrow. There's a client that I've had for over a year. I just wasn't ready at the time how to get some things in order. And I've just been in contact with her, and like we had built really, really good rapport, but it just wasn't time. Ended up renting for a whole year, and I would just always stay in touch. And then I finally, contacted her, and I was like, look, like we should start looking, like your lease is about to expire. And she was like, yes, but I like basically, okay, I can't really put my client's info out there. She still had some things that she had to figure out, but I was like, look, my job is to be able to negotiate. I will negotiate to get you into something. And long story short, all she needed was $2,500 initially to get into a home. So we opened escrow. I don't normally let you talk about things that I do before they're actually completed. Like, I never announce, like, on my social media when I open escrow, because I feel like that's a bad juju. Like, I've opened escrow before, and the only time I posted it, it literally canceled. I mean, they ended up buying a different home in a whole different city, but with me. But I just feel some type of way about posting it. I just feel like it's just like, anything can happen in the escrow process. Like, I've learned that very quickly. You have to, like, put out fires. I've never had an escrow, or not necessarily on my end, because my end usually just, I mean, it's smooth sailing. As long as you communicate, you set expectations, you run shit like the way that it's supposed to, like, it's smooth. But there are things that are out of my control. Like, like the whole loan aspect, getting approved for that, making sure that everything on the loan is correct, that there are no hiccups that come up. In that case, when my client canceled, they canceled because the home really wasn't what they were looking for. I think they just went for that home. And I was like, no, we're going to find the home that you're looking for and make you happy. So we submit offers on various homes. And I mean, also, there's like a certain budget that people are trying to stay under. Like, there's a very couple different things. But anyway, she finally reached out, or I should say I've been reaching out. She finally was like, okay, let's do it. I said, bet. We got her pre-approved again and got the ball rolling. And I was like, boom, 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 let me negotiate, do my thing, and get you into a home. And that's exactly what I did. So let's just make sure that it closes. I know a lot of people don't probably listen to this podcast or whatever YouTube page, whatever you want to call it. So if y'all listen, just good vibes only. Good vibes only. Okay, a dating life. How I feel, I saw this, like, again, Joy Taylor is literally, like, my idol. Anything that she does or says, I listen to. I was talking about women shooting their shot, and if we believe in that. And me, yeah, I do believe in shooting my shot. Like, if I think someone is handsome, I don't mind saying, like, yo, like what I see. Or, like, you just know, like, if I don't necessarily have to compliment you, but if I go up to you and just, like, you know the vibes, if you can't pick up on the vibes, I'm just like, But that does not mean that I am going to now all of a sudden be the fucking man in the relationship. Actually, I was just talking to one of my friends about this earlier today. There's this guy that I know, a good friend of mine. He's a dog, to say the least. A dog. It's so funny because even on me, like, he's tried hitting on me. And it's just, like, the funniest thing to me because I'm just like, bro, like, I know how you are. Like, what are you talking about? What are you even talking about? Like, don't waste my time. We're friends. Stop. Anyway, he would always try to tell me, like, yeah, like, I basically would do so much more for you if you just kind of, like, in a sense, I treated him like a king, and, like, I want him to treat me, like, better because of the way that I treat him. And I'm like, hold up. Since when did I become a man? I'm still very traditional. I realized I'm more traditional than I thought I was, especially in relationships. Like, I'm just like, I think that a man should still protect and provide and do all the manly things. And I am a woman. Let me be a woman. I am strong and I am handling shit because I have no option but to do so. Because I got to take care of me and I got to take care of my kid. But no, if I'm going to be with a man, you better make me tap into my femininity. Because I've already dated the fucking person who did not make me feel that way. Like, he was my lesson. Because it's like, I bent over backwards for this man. I did everything that I thought, like, a man would appreciate. And that one day, in turn, he would, reach his full potential and treat me like the fucking queen that I am. You know what I have to show for it? A fucking hookah. That's all I have to show for it. Like, a hookah, that's the only thing he ever got me. And I'm not just talking about gifts or anything like that. But, like, that's, like, the only memory and the lesson. Actually, the biggest thing I have that I took from that is the lesson. Because you got me fucked up if you think I'm ever going to do that for a guy again. So when me and my friend got into it with this situation with him saying, like, like, I would just do, like, a lot more for you. Like, again, I don't even know, like, why we had that conversation, but, like, do a lot more for you if you just, like, basically acted right, did more for me. Like, you don't understand that's how men are. But in the same turn, he's also told me, like, I think that I'm, like, the prize. And, like, basically, like, I don't want to do a lot for a female. And I'm like, what in the fuck do I look like to you? Actually. Do I look like a woman that doesn't know my worth? At some point, I might have thought that. So that's when people say like, "Oh, you're gonna end up single forever," and I'm like, "Good. That means that I didn't fucking succumb to like undervalued standards. Like the fuck. Like I just cannot." And I'm like, I am a female. If you want a person to chase you, go get a fucking dude. Don't come after me because I am not the freaking one. Like I said, I'm okay with like showing interest to like let you know like, yeah, I'm interested. Like, what's up? And I'm a very forward, straight up person. Super forward. Which actually brings us to another point that I will talk about right now. But I'm super forward. You will not question whether I like you or not. You will be able to know. If you do something with that shot, the shot's in your court, you swoosh it, goes in, cool. But if you can alley-oop this, then we just have no business talking. Like if I literally was like, hey, I like you, I'm here, what you gonna do with it? But you can't even put in the bare minimum effort, like plan the date, pick me up, do whatever, like, baby, it's a no for me, dog. The point I was gonna make, what freaking point was I gonna make? Oh, how we're saying about the me being straight up. That's how I've realized I'm in business a lot. And it's crazy because when it's in my turn, I'm a very sensitive person. I've accepted I'm a very sensitive. I think that word has such a negative connotation, but I'm a very expressive person. But when it comes to business and me like translating that business to somebody else, I'm so straightforward. I'm very empathetic still, but I'm very straightforward. Like my partner was telling me like we're in a group chat with our clients, and he's like, he texts me separately like, hey, show empathy to show that we care. And I'm like, obviously I do care, but it's like, oh shit, because I'm just so like direct. But I'm not rude. I'm just very like, we're gonna make this shit happen. Like you told me you care about this, let's run this shit. We're gonna make it happen. Yeah, so anyway, I'm a very caring person and I'm sensitive when it comes to my shit, but when it comes to handling business, I'm very like it's easier for me to get pissed off than like sad about anything that has to do with business. Like if you tell me you care about something, we're gonna make it happen. Like I'm just that girl, bro. I'm that girl. So anyway, I forgot another major headline. The solar eclipse or lunar eclipse or whatever fucking eclipse it was. It happened. Apparently it impacted a lot of signs, and I felt soft. I was like, how come it's not impacting my sign? But apparently Pisces was impacted in some way. I just want major changes to happen. I've been grinding, bro. I've been grinding. Like I just have like this like boom, boom, boom. Okay, and now that's gonna bring me from I don't even know what this was, like major headlines around the world. That's gonna transition me into my fun fact because I experienced this week. So along with working, you can only control so much. So I fucking grind like a mother effer. Because I got a mouth to feed. Well, 2 mouths to feed. Plus all this other shit that I gotta pay. And it's really hard or difficult to win when shit is just not in your favor. And I understand life is not fair. Life is not meant to be fair. Some people are just more blessed than others. And it is what it is. What are you gonna do about it? But this in particular is just more like favoritism. Let's talk about favoritism. Favoritism sucks when it's not in your favor. Because this is a fun fact, how I feel about favoritism. Yeah, we'll call it a fun fact, why not? Obviously I experienced the negative part of it, which is why I'm talking about it. But when you know that you work so fucking hard, and like, you know your ability, you know your talents, you know what you're good at, you know how much you hustle, and then that gets turned into, that's like someone basically blocks your capability and your abilities and your hard work because there's favoritism in the workplace. And it just sucks, honestly. It sucks when it's not in your favor. When it is in your favor, obviously it's great. There's no fucking complaints. And I think for me, what that does to me is just honestly, and I've said this so many times now, but I feel like it's definitely triggered by like I would say more to like I always specifically remember like this middle school experience in my life. Like I was always like the fat, like ugly girl. I have a super Mexican name. I looked like people would talk to me in Spanish, because they didn't think that I fucking knew English. And just like not like the ideal looking girl at school, I just didn't fit like that beautiful aesthetic, I guess. Or maybe I just felt that way, but no, I was actually pretty like fat and ugly. And I'm sorry to speak about my child like that, but well, me when I was a child, but just what I felt and what I saw, especially going into middle school, where boys start paying attention to you, and you have all of the cool girls, and like you see how like it's like a clique. It's a clique. Cliques don't change. Like they still happen. Like even now in my adult life, like I still deal with that. And like me, I think I'm a very beautiful person. I've obviously invested a lot of money, time, energy into my looks because the way that I look is very important to me. I'm fucking shallow. I don't give a fuck. And I just like to look good, feel good. Like, hello, like, whatever. But, yeah, when I was in middle school, like, there was always, like, the cool girls. And, like, obviously the guys only paid them mind. And then when I came around, it was kind of like, I just didn't fucking matter. One time specifically, I remember this. There was this kid named Brian. And I remember there was like the group of girls in my class, and all of those girls, like this kid, like, no, like there was this other guy that went and like hugged them all. And basically he got to me, he's like, oh, not you. And like, we're just like, oh. And that kid, Brian, shit's so sad. That kid, Brian, saw, and he literally gave me a hug out of pity. He's like, come here, I'll hug you. And I was just like, damn, like, that's a shitty feeling, And it brings me back to, like, now, like, in my fucking grown-ass age, making me feel like that still. Like, what the fuck? Like, what is wrong with me? Like, still feeling this way. Like, clearly I have, like, traumas that have not been unresolved. But, like, when there's favoritism and the favoritism is not in my favor, when it's kind of like, say there's me and my friend, and it's like, no hate towards my friend whatsoever, because I love my friends. I want them to all do well. But it's like when you're constantly like the one that's like left out. Yeah, you feel like the fucking, like the unwanted, ugly child. Like it reminds me literally of middle school. Like, and it's a really shitty feeling. And it just brings me back to like, I always think of that moment, that pity hug. And I'm just like, damn, like some shit don't change. And it's just like so unfair and it's so fucked. But that's just life. And I try my best to like not like think about it, not dwell on it, but it's like, I shouldn't say try my best, I actually don't fucking try my best. I cry. And it just kills me. It kills me because I'm like, fuck, like I just want to, I just don't like this feeling, and it really fucks with my mental, and it takes me back to that moment, and I'm not sure how to heal that. I'm not sure how to like not be like that girl. I understand not everybody's gonna like me. There's 7 million people in the world. Billion. There's 7 billion people in the world or more. Not everybody's gonna like me. I'm not gonna be everybody's cup of tea, but they're wrong, obviously. But it's just, there's just certain things that just really trigger me, and I'm like, I don't like that feeling of feeling like the ugly child, like the person that nobody wants around. And yeah, I experienced that a lot. And then once it starts like fucking with my head and it starts fucking with my money, I fucking take it personal. It is what it is. I take it fucking personal, and it just like ruins my mood. So literally today I had one of those days, which is why I'm talking about it right now. Gave me a good fucking topic to talk about though. But that's what I dealt with today, and it literally took so much out of me to just like not like be in my head literally all day because of this. But yeah, that is the fun fact. That is how I feel about favoritism, and took it guys back to my childhood. But it's okay, because although I wasn't the cool kid or pretty kid in middle school, like I would probably be like the hottest like middle person from that middle school now. Like if we have like a reunion, bitches, I am coming. Well, some of them know what I look like, is we like remain social media friends throughout the years, but it's like, yeah, no, I look good. Despite of what you guys make me feel, you other people that make me feel like I'm an ugly fucking kid. Like, no, I look good. I know that I am a strong-willed person. I know that I'm a good person. I know that I'm a great mother above all. And I'm a fucking hustler. She's a motherfucking queen. So yeah, thank you for joining another episode of Sports and Random Shit. Always appreciate the love for like the 2 people that tune in, but still appreciate y'all. See y'all next time.